position. At 6 foot 6 inches, number 44, Grant Williams. At the other forward position, standing 6 foot 5, numero 0, Dante Exum. At center, 7 feet 1 inch, number 2, Gary. Starting at shooting guard, standing 6 foot 2, number 11, Kyrie. At guard, 6'7", number 77.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports and another exciting edition of NBA basketball. And on tap tonight, it's the Dallas Mavericks going up against the Phoenix Suns. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and 2 Hall of Famers. Doris Burke here at the table, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. Looking at the starting 5 for the Phoenix Suns. The talented backcourt guards are Beal and Booker. Nurkic is out there with O'Neal, and it's Leonard in at the small forward position. And for Dallas, the star backcourt, Doncic and Irving are the guard set. Dante Exum is out there with Grant Williams, and it's Lively in at the center. So we're still in the early days here of this season, but Doris, for teams getting a slow start, how worried should they be?
Well, wins and losses matter no matter when they happen, so obviously there's always a little concern. But some of this is about, do we have our full contingent of players? Is there anyone that's starting out coming off an off-season surgery? You have to figure out the context of the slow start in order to gauge how concerned you are. I'll tell you, Luka Doncic makes tough shots look easy. Boy, that close to the bucket through that much contact, nice.
Booker's shot is good.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
And that one's good, Irving.
That is Kyrie Irving in a nutshell. You want to give him the mid-range, he'll take it. The consummate 3-level scorer.
First quarter of play, 1 minute played. Doncic against Beal. Outside Leonard, 6 to shoot. O'Neal on the wing. No good on the 3. And it's Exum with the ball, who will bring it up for Dallas. Pass to Doncic. Going inside. And the rebound by Nurkic. You know, Doris, you think back to the Suns in the NBA Finals not too long ago. How quickly things can change in this NBA.
Wow. Kevin, success in the NBA is fragile, it's tenuous, and it's never guaranteed despite past success. The Suns shook up their core after losing in the finals, just trying to get over the hump. But that delicate balance obviously hasn't worked out. They're competitors in the West, but can they get to the ultimate prize?
He's off on the first. The big challenge in Beal's career, Doris, has been staying consistently healthy, right?
There's no question about it, Kevin, because you never have doubted the talent. I mean, Bradley Beal is a 3-tool player. He came into the league as an elite shooter, but now has become incredibly good with the basketball in his hand. The good news, he's always been resilient and fought hard to come back as quickly as possible.
Doncic finds Lively. No good that time. And it's Phoenix's ball. Here's Beal. Oh, and the dunk by Beal.
This guy is never afraid to take it to the rim. And sometimes that means up and over at Bradley Beal.
On the wing, Doncic. He's covered by Beal. The Suns have gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game. Booker inside, covered by Irving. Shot's good by Booker. Booker's got his second bucket.
Well, a guard has got to come with physical intensity on the interior, and Devin Booker does just that.
And Jason Kidd is called timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over.
Taking a look here at some numbers for Booker. Great showing for him last season. 10th in free throw shooting, and his passing skills were on full display all year. He ranked among the top 15 in assists.
And back to his points per game average last year, he literally propped up the team's offense whenever they needed it. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. To the middle. Nurkic with the steal. Leonard looking around. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
80% from the field to start, playing with a ton of confidence.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Well, I was able to talk with Coach Jason Kidd. Now, he couldn't have been more complimentary about Kawhi Leonard. After some injury issues, he's now back to being the best guy on the floor most of the time. Coach said slowing him down is like trying to hold back an avalanche with a shovel. Kevin?
Thank you, David. The Suns making a change here. Eubanks has checked in. Here's Leonard. We saw him with 10 points last game. From past the arc. And Lively pulls it down.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
The shot's good from Irving.
I mean, if you want to chase him off the line, that's fine, but that ability to dribble drive, this guy is impossible to guard. Kyrie Irving.
And here is Beal following the three-pointer by Kyrie Irving. Here's Leonard. Rebound by Williams. Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Into the lane. Exum kicks to Williams. Dallas moving it around. Pass to Irving. Fires from deep. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Their last encounter was in Phoenix.
Well, you saw how dialed up they were from distance. The defense just couldn't get out to everyone.
And that explains their three-point percentage. They had more than a few players giving the defense absolute fits from range.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Pass to Irving. Lets it go from deep. In the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest. And so Booker will bring it up for the Suns. Doris with Nowitzki and Doncic. The Mavericks have gone from one great European player to another.
And you could tell the 1 year that Luka got to play with Dirk, Kevin, he absolutely loved it. He got to learn from a Hall of Famer and a champion. What better way to start your career?
And Jason Kidd is called timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. Mavericks with some changes. Oubre's checked in for Jarek Lively. Josh Green comes in for Dante Exum. Hardaway is subbed in for Kyrie Irving. And the Suns making a change here as well. Allen's checked in. Here's Oubre. It's stolen by Allen.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
1:58 left in the first quarter of the game. Booker against Doncic. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Luka Doncic.
Well, there's an activity level and a skill level that makes Devin Booker problematic on the offensive end. He dares defenders to get physical with him.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Suns?
People say the mid-range shot is dying, but so far in this one, that has not been the case for this team.
Yeah, and their assertiveness in the paint so far tonight has been impactful. They're really making it hard for the interior defense.
No good on the free throw. You know, you talk about a foundational piece. To start his career, Devin Booker toiled through, what, Doris, a half a decade of losing in Phoenix.
It was all of that, Kevin, but what I admired most is through all of that losing, he never stopped working. And the losing never stopped bothering him. He never got comfortable with it. Now, all of a sudden, other players see his talent, they want to join him, and it's a much more competitive basketball team.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks very much. The Mavericks have been much improved defensively. Coach Jason Kidd says when you're leaning on Luka offensively to deliver, and he does, you have to be able to cover him. Not just him, but Kyrie. The focus on playing defense and protecting one another is at a high right now. You can't just be 3 guys. It has to be all 5. Kevin?
It is, David. You're right. It's a team game.
Well, one thing you can always count on with Jusuf Nurkic, this guy's going to carve out space around the glass.
Williams scanning the floor. Hardaway kicks to Oubre. Just 5 on the clock. Williams sends a screen for Oubre. Dallas, no good that time either. Phoenix leading by 6. Booker, right side. Basket good off the assist from Allen. Booker's got 9.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Irving with it. He had 10 points in the win against Chicago.
He was also an excellent setup man as well. This guy was cutting the defense to shreds with incredible passing.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Hardaway against Booker. Plays it up and banks it in. And now it's a 10-point Suns lead.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
And so it's the Phoenix Suns with a 10-point lead, some breathing room heading into the break. And they've done a phenomenal job down low, so many of their points coming right at the rim. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. Guys, what's your take so far on the Suns?
Playing inside out in that first quarter led to some high percentage shots in the paint.
It is great when you can get that established early, because to me it opens up every other aspect of your game.
When a team, Doris, is on a losing streak, what lessons can be learned from that?
Yeah, Kevin, you know this. Losing streaks seem to be inevitable in the NBA. The season is too long to go through without some adversity. What I think you learn is grit and how to keep fighting, even when you don't have your best game available.
Kyrie Irving is out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. Then there's Powell. Then there's Oubre, and it's Green in at the 3 slot. So that's who Dallas starts the second with. Mavericks trail by 10. On the wing, Hardaway. Good. Great play by Green to set it up. Hardaway has got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for the Mavs. Allen kicks to Beal. The 3. Cranes it from beyond the arc. Beal's got the lead, back up to 10 now for the Suns.
No one better to answer with the 3 ball than Mr. Bradley Beal.
Irving sets a screen for Hardaway. Lets it go. Wide open shot is on the money. Hardaway has got 5 points so far.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
To me, this is simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Hardaway kicks to Irving. Another 3 for Dallas.
Unbelievable release from Kyrie. Boy, shot ready on the catch.
And Greg, at the time Kyrie joined Dallas, there were some questions around how he and Doncic would fit together.
Yeah, well, Dallas needed another ball handler who could score and make plays for others. Doncic couldn't do it all by himself, especially in the postseason. Now we're trying to build around those 2 guys.
And with that, the Phoenix lead is cut down to 7 on the bucket from Kyrie Irving.
What a masterful performance from Kyrie Irving. He's over a decade into his career. He can still take over a game.
And again, Bradley Beal. Beal's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. And Irving with the basket on the assist from Green. 15 points in the game.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
And Mike Budenholzer has called a timeout. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Dallas making a switch here. Williams has checked in. Phoenix also making some changes. Royce O'Neal comes in for Bol Bol. And it's Leonard in for Eubanks. O'Neal finds Allen. Here's Leonard. Good ball movement here by the Suns. Leonard sets a screen for Beal. And the layup is good. Beal's got 16.
Beal is always a scoring threat, but right now we're seeing what happens when he's in the zone.
Irving from long range. It's rebounded by O'Neal.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Beal, the pass to Okogie. Back to Beal. Pass to Okogie. A 3-ball. It's rebounded by Dallas. This game coming on the heels of their win against Chicago.
And guys, they walked into the arena with a certain kind of swagger, and we really saw it play out on the offensive end.
And what surprised me was how easy they made it look. It seemed like they got something out of every possession.
O'Neal against Williams. Beal from long range knocks down the 3-ball. Beal's got the lead up to 10 now for the Suns.
And he's the main reason they have the lead right now. He's been perfect from the field, literally.
Right side, Irving. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
And Doris, when you take a look at someone like Royce O'Neal, what do you see?
I mean, so many things, Kevin. There's great intangibles with this young man. Hard worker, incredibly smart defensively, versatile defensively, and he's so often matched up against the opponent's best scorer and relishes it. I love that.
There's Green with the 3. It's rebounded by Leonard. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Suns. 10-point lead. This is their biggest. They come in fresh off a win against the Heat.
Yeah, and that one, their intensity on the offensive end was not matched by their opponent. That led to some easy buckets.
Well, let's give some credit to the coaching staff as well, recognizing the weaknesses in that defense and going after each one of them.
And we've got a timeout called by Jason Kidd. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team.
It's time for Dance Time! If you see each other on the big screen, you know what to do. Show us your move! Oh, you might need some dance lessons. You have the camera on you.
Some changes here for the Mavericks. Derek Lively, he's checked in for Kelly Oubre. Dante Exum comes in for Green. And Doncic is subbed in for Hardaway. Booker, he's checked in for the Suns. Doncic against Booker. Doncic with a strong move inside.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Pass to Okogie. Back to Booker. O'Neal a screen on Doncic. Whistle blows. That's going to be a travel.
And here we can check out the story on Kyrie Irving. Coming off a terrific season. And he was also among the top 20 in steals. That ability is more unique than folks realize. Very valuable defensively.
And again, you gotta love his commitment to excellence. He owns the free throw line. It's truly an impact part of his game. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Phoenix. Beal comes in for Grayson Allen. Now here's Exum. Still without a basket. For the 3. O'Neal with the rebound.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And with this score of the Suns, you know, Greg, you never know who is going to initiate the offense for them.
And that can cause problems at times, Kevin. Can run you into issues keeping the ball moving. Turnovers can be their Achilles heel as well.
Outside Williams. Pass to Exum. The three for Doncic. That shot misses. Suns leading by 13. Leonard dishes to Booker. Jacks up a three. And Lively pulls it down.
And one thing I liked in the first quarter was their aggressiveness to draw the contact, putting the defense on the defensive.
The kick out to Irving. Bangs home the trifecta. Irving's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Booker, no good.
And it didn't fall, but that's the kind of shot they want their offense to create.
You know, it can be frustrating when you make the right play and fail to reap the rewards. You just have to stay with it here.
Here's Irving. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Bradley Beal, he's been the guy making things happen for Phoenix. What an amazing quarter. There was absolutely no stopping him. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Mike. Stout effort defensively in the first half. What did you do to limit them?
I just think our activity on the ball, we got to try and keep it in front of us. Our bigs did a good job, I think, being big in the paint, making things tough there. We got to finish it with the board.
Yep, rebounds and possessions, Coach. Thanks. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
Welcome, one and all. Before we hear Kenny and Shaq's insights on that first half, let's look ahead and check out the upcoming schedule.
When I look at Dallas, you expect this game to go down to the wire, and if it does, it'll be good for the coaches to see who performs well late in a tight game.
Invaluable information, no doubt. And let's move on now to that first half. Obviously, a lot of work to do for the Mavericks.
They're within striking distance. They've done a few good things out there, but rebounding is not one of them, Shaq.
Probably the difference in the game, which I'm sure Coach is reminding them of. Thanks for spending halftime with us. Time to get it back out to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Bradley Beal having a dominant impact in this game.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
And let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
And on the floor for Mike Budenholzer, starting the second half. The talented backcourt guards are Beal and Booker. Royce O'Neal is out there with Kawhi Leonard. And it's Nurkic in at the center, filling out the middle.
Yeah, defense should know better than to concede a three to Kawhi. Boy, has he stretched his range out over time.
Doris, with what he's done in the NBA, Kawhi Leonard seems to be a lock for the Hall of Fame.
I agree, Kevin, and the reason is he's got a couple of championships under his belt. More importantly, he's got individual awards, All-NBA, Defensive Player of the Year. And he's been able, in the most leveraged moments of a season, to be the focal point for his team, and that's a big driver of Hall of Fame status.
Now, Booker. Nurkic a screen on Irving. Booker, no good. Well, Greg, they're looking to make some big stops here to halt this rally.
And luckily, time is on their side, but this is on them. They need to play smart here.
Got a piece of it. Doncic kicks to Irving. Lively with the screen. And it's Irving missing. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Suns. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. Here's Nurkic, and finished off by Nurkic.
Well, that's just about size right there. Big Nurk, get up and get down.
Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. Outside Irving. Back to Doncic. Williams sets a screen for Doncic. Dallas again missing.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Leonard the pass to Beal. And here's Leonard. He's got 5. A three-pointer off the mark.
Well, when you've been struggling as he has, you love that your teammates have really stepped up and taken the challenge.
And it's Doncic missing.
Not a terrific start here in the second half. 4 attempts, nothing to show for it.
And here's Leonard from 3. Mavericks with the rebound. Following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Nuggets at Ball Arena in Denver. That one will start off a 3-game road trip for the team.
He is just not taking smart shots out there, a pattern he has fallen into tonight.
And the dunk by Booker.
Booker is always on the attack. That's nice.
Mavericks trail by 17. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And we've got a timeout called by Jason Kidd. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. While we have a second, let's show you the list of players who put up the most points last year. Number 1, Luka Doncic.
And he's not going to forget that season anytime soon. And it's safe to say neither will anyone who watched him.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Williams passes to Lively. Williams inside. O'Neal's there. And it's sent back by O'Neal.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Count that one.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Mavericks trail by 19. Outside Williams. Back to Doncic. Can they get it? And finished off by Lively.
This is why you let Lively go to work inside. Such an exceptional athlete.
And Mike Budenholzer is called a timeout. He wants to talk to his guys. And when we talk about players with great upside, Doris, Derek Lively is one of the first to come up.
That's no question about that. This young man has great length and athleticism. He's adding strength every single day. Eventually, he's going to have some go-to moves offensively, but right now, rim runner, rim protector of the highest standard, and plays beyond his years.
let's check out the numbers for Kawhi Leonard. Last season, he played outstanding. He averaged about 23 points per, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. And it's nice to be able to bring someone with his defensive skill set off the bench.
I think, in fact, to win a championship, you usually need a guy like this on your roster.
Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. And it's Beal in the corner. Shoots over Doncic. The shot by Beal, no good. Mavericks trail by 17. Here's Irving, and he converts the layup. Irving's got 20 points.
But Kyrie may be the best finishing guard in the history of the game. His ability to contort his body or spin the basketball, ridiculous.
Back to Booker. O'Neal outside. Lively against Nurkic. Shot clock at 5. For 3, Booker. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Lively's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Here's Doncic. Doncic showing his strength.
Well, he's given himself a chance. 6 shots he's gotten up this quarter, but only able to convert on 1 of them.
Well, we know, GA, the Mavs are so adept at hunting the matchups they want. They're patient and methodical.
They never look like they're in a rush, right? Even when you send a double or trap the ball, the Mavs stay calm and know where to go. It's what makes slowing down their pick and roll so difficult. And all you got to do is look at the rebounding margin as to why they hold the lead.
Well, they've absolutely dominated that category in this one, and it's reflected in the score. Well, this guy has been efficient and effective all night. That IQ has been on display.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Outside Irving. And the 3 off target.
This has not been a good period for this guy. Out of sync, not letting the game come to him. He's got to settle down and make shots.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, thanks. If you think Luka Doncic makes amazing shots in the games, you should see his trick shots. It's legendary stuff with his teammates. Luka says, I'm just making them up. I like to have fun, so sometimes I just try some new stuff. And of course, Kevin, he always feels like they're going in.
Thank you, D.A. He is a magician with the ball. A very creative mind, and it's fun to watch. Buries the long-range jumper.
3 points.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Outside Irving. Back to Doncic. Left side Williams. To the inside to end the run, and finished off by Exum.
How about the leaping ability of Dante Exum? Terrific instincts on that one.
Here's Booker. He's got 19. Beal gets a wide open look. Off target from outside.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Irving kicks to Exum. Pass to Williams. And on the way from Irving for 3. Good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Williams has got 3 assists in the game. Suns leading by 15. Beal with it. 21 points in the game. No good with the layup.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chippy.
And so it's Phoenix. Their lead at 15 going into the break. Their defense has been terrific in this game. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here. with the tremendous setup.
I'll tell you, in today's game, you want skill and decision-making at every position.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Irving. Then it's Green. Then there's Grant Williams. And it's Oubre in at the 4-man position. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Here's Okogie. Pass to O'Neal. Leonard with the ball. O'Neal is screen on Green. Leonard against Green. Fires top of the key. Leonard, no luck.
Well, this has not been his finest hour, but give your teammates some credit for doing the job of stepping in.
A nice shot by Irving.
How about the athleticism? Kyrie stops on a dime, knocks it in. Some of the best breaks in the league.
Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. O'Neal is screen on Irving. Allen passes to Okogie. Back to Allen. Launches it. It's good from long range. Allen's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Yeah, you have to make greater effort than that defensively. You know what he can do from range.
Well, to me, that's just inexcusable. You start to wonder how much they really want this basketball game.
Here's Irving, and he drives in, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Hardaway. Hardaway's got 3 assists tonight. And Mike Budenholzer is called a timeout. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page.
Here comes your D-Town crew.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, I was able to listen to what Mike Budenholzer told his team during that timeout. He told them, don't look at the scoreboard. We have to play like we're tied. They want their team to sustain that level of effort, and we'll see how it works out. Kevin?
Okay, David, much appreciated. Outside Leonard. Count the basket. And the Suns lead by 16.
And he is starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
Now, here is Irving. Williams sets a screen for Hardaway. Takes it from 10. That one doesn't drop. And Joe Allen will bring it up for Phoenix. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Outside Leonard. Beyond the arc. Kyrie Irving grabs the miss. The Mavericks have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. That one drops for him.
Boy, what a monster monster night for Kyrie Irving, playing at a very high level right now.
Leonard on the wing, guarded by Green. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That'll be his second foul of the game. And so often we'll hear talk about how many rings a great player has. Doris, do we emphasize that maybe too much?
I think, Kevin, first and foremost, a great player is great no matter what. This is a team sport, and a player doesn't have control necessarily of the parts and pieces behind him or the organization within which he's trying to succeed. Titles matter, certainly, there's no question, and it's great fodder for fans, but it's not how I define a great player.
The second effort. Beal pulls it in. Phoenix leading by 14. Booker outside. Here's O'Neal. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Hardaway for 3. And it's Bradley Beal with the rebound.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
And again, it's the Suns missing. The Mavericks have gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. Exum dishes to Williams. Great D that time from Nurkic. Phoenix has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Allen kicks to Beal. It's rebounded by Dallas. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Here's Irving. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. O'Neal's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Beal, the pass to Nurkic. O'Neal looking around. For 3, Booker, good, and the assist goes to O'Neal. O'Neal's got 3 assists now in this one. Mavericks trail by 17. And we've got a timeout called by Jason Kidd. And clearly an important juncture. He's going to have some choice words with his team. He's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And the Suns also making a change. Leonard, he's checked in for Grayson Allen. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. Phoenix on defense. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. And a wide open look for Irving. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams. Williams has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Phoenix leading by 14. O'Neal outside. Back to Beal. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
There are certain players who you just say they are natural-born scorers. Mr. Bradley Beal, how you feeling?
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Phoenix.
They bullied the defense here in the paint. Look at all of those buckets inside. Just hard to defend in the paint.
The other thing that's been impressive is really just relentless driving the basketball. Doesn't matter if the defense is there, they are challenging them and getting it done.
Lively a screen on Beal. Doncic passes to Lively. And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got rebound number 12 here already in the game.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Suns.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, you know, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
And as we get set to put this one to bed, a one-sided season series thus far, they've won 2 straight.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Bradley Beal.
Boy, whatever was needed, he provided it. He was the jack of all trades. Big bucket on one end, big defensive play on the other. I thought his influence was felt all over the floor.
And the first one at the line is good.
What you love about Luka Doncic is he's this unique combination of size and skill. He could really play cross-positionally. He makes shots at all 3 levels, so dangerous.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Derek Lively. Kelly Oubre comes in for Grant Williams. Hardaway's checked in for Exum. And it's Seth Curry in for Kyrie Irving. All free throws good from Doncic. Luka Doncic started off his 2024 Doris with a historic scoring performance.
He sure did, Kevin. He was only the 4th player in league history to score over 72 points in a game. It was the shooting performance of a lifetime, and Luka just takes it all in stride. Incredible.
Outside Curry. Lets it go with a 3. That's good from Doncic on the assist by Curry.
When you think of Seth Curry, you're thinking shooting, but there, what a pretty pass to find the open man.
Allen kicks to Payton. Here's Medu, pass to Allen with the shot. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. And the Suns lead by 14. Here's Doncic. It's hauled in by the Suns. And so it's Phoenix easily grabbing this one. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Kawhi. The defense, of course, keyed in on slowing you down tonight, but your teammates stepped up. How important is that for you?
It feels great, you know. That's what a championship team is about. You know, when your star's not going or they double teaming you, then you got other guys knocking out big shots like they did tonight.
The others came correct, man, and you got the dub. Congrats. Back to you.
Thanks so much, David. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And now, our player of the game, Devin Booker.